Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. We had snow a couple days, now we got rain. It's going to be raining, and then after that we're going to have the wind. You say the weather's a bit crazy right now. And they say we're going to have wind for like 2 days. Okay, we're having hot potato salad with bacon. I have a lot of potato salads. It's not hot enough for me to make a cold potato salad. Somebody asked me to make one. So I don't know really what kind you're looking for, but I'm making this one today. You're going to need 8 potatoes. You're going to leave them whole, and we're going to boil them just till they're done. Do not overcook them, because when we chunk them to make this potato salad, they will fall apart. And they don't want them peeled until after we cook them. So scrub your potato skins and go ahead and fill it up an inch above your potatoes. That's all you need, and we'll get this going. I'm going to make some bread today too. I am out of a lot of food. At least in the starch department. So this is going to be different from anything that you've had as a potato salad, but this is a German potato salad that they serve in Germany. So you're going to have different ones. Like I said, we go all over. Once you get the cookbooks, you can go anywhere in the kitchen. So we'll put this on. Get a match. Sandra, remember you need your matches. Oh, dear God. Move this off so I can get to this. And we're also going to need a 1/4 pound of bacon. We're going to be cooking this. This is a really nice one. A lot of people wouldn't think about putting bacon with their potatoes, but the German people do. They also cook a lot of different recipes with pork. I've got some recipes for ostrich meat and other things. I'm going to have to go to my butcher and see if he can get rabbit and stuff for me. If he can't, I have to go to a specialty shop to find some of these, because they have elk, venison, they got all sorts of things. I'm sure the meat will cost a little more, but they've given me a telephone number where I can buy some of these things, so I look forward to it. So we're not just going to have buffalo or chicken or turkey or pork hamburgers. We're going to go to ostrich, a Hawaiian one, and we are going to go, we're going to be going in different directions if I can get a specialty shop to service me for what I need. So we'll be having a lot of strange dishes, but they sound so good. They're not really strange, it's just that we're unaccustomed to it. But at one time, when the frontiersmen were in our country, we had a lot of different wild game that we could eat, and it's difficult today because they're controlling, saying you can only eat pork, beef, chicken, veal, lamb, but they're not giving us the variety that we want. And just think that people were here, they would eat the elk, they ate moose. Yeah, I got all these recipes, you know, so I'm going to put them to use. Now, when you read a recipe that says boil potatoes in their jackets, that term for them means in their skins. We'll peel them after they're cooked. They stress, like I said, do not overcook the potatoes or they'll fall apart in the salad. So we've got to get them just at that point. Okay, I'm going to have to be dealing with frozen bacon again. Oh, good, it's melting. So we're going to do this with potatoes, and then we'll get the rest of this stuff going. All right, you're also going to need sour cream. You're probably saying, what? Yes, and we're going to need stock. We're going to need vinegar. We're going to need onions. So there's a lot going in here, which is so different. So I'll see you then. Okay, we need to get a frying pan out, and you're going to dice up 4 slices of bacon, which will give you a 1/4 pound. So I'm going to line mine up, and then we'll see what we can do. You're just going to dice it. That's what I'm doing. I actually line the strips up and I'm just cutting them in slices. So when they cook up, they'll be fried. I know I should get another cutting board out and you're probably going to bitch about it, as they say, or complain about it, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. Because it's all going into the same pot at this point. I can clean that cutting board off. Put a frying pan on. And what you're going to do is I'm going to actually read how far you're supposed to cook this so you fully understand what we're saying. You are going to fry the bacon in a saucepan, but when golden, but not brown or crisp. So you're just browning it till it's golden, and that's all you're doing. Put it in your frying pan. I'll clean my cutting board off. You know, women didn't have different cutting boards, one for bread, one for vegetables and fruit, and another one for meat. Butcher blocks, they do everything on them. They clean them up. So you really shouldn't get upset. They were scrubbed clean and cared for. Now you're going to have to dice an onion up. I'm going to get this done. I know, I can feel it. I'm already doing it. So women didn't have a lot of different cutting boards. They did everything on the cutting board. Now all of a sudden now, people are complaining about it and say, oh, you can't because of this and that. They lived. They managed to survive. You're going to dice this onion up. You don't need a high flame for the... Oh, Sandra, you just turned it off. Have to relight it. Aren't I about a good average? So you don't need this at a high flame because you're just cooking it till it's brown. And keep track of your potatoes. They're almost there. So as much as you guys get upset about cutting boards and this and that, think about what your grandparents did. I think people are more sensitive to things because they're not healthy anymore. But this isn't a personal opinion. My mother had a cutting board, and believe you me, she did everything on that cutting board. But she also cleaned it and scrubbed it too. Like I have a girlfriend, and I told her I want 2 sinks in my kitchen because in Texas we had 2 sinks to save water. Now see, up here, up north, they put 1 sink, so you leave the water running while you're washing the dishes in the sink, and you use more soap and more water. Now you want to cut back on the water, you should have 2 sinks. The way we did it in Texas is we had 1 sink filled up with soapy water, and the other one had the rinsed water. If there's too much soap that builds up from washing the dishes and putting them into the rinse, we'd sit there and scrape the soap off and put it back into, and we continued, but we only had 2 sinks to do the dishes. I use a lot of water because I have to leave the water running. I hate that. And she told me, I will not be eating at your house. And I've had people on my channel here tell me that, ooh, how could you, using the same cutting board for the meat and the vegetable? Honey, we've been doing it for years. Lifetimes, generations. And you're complaining? Doesn't make any sense. Listen, we were healthy. We didn't die drinking water out of the hose. We didn't die from eating grass like the animals did. We didn't die from a lot of stupid things that we did. The only time we died is that we didn't know how to swim. We did lose a child. The child wanted to know how deep a well was, and he jumped in and he did not know how to swim. They had the naval came. They tried to find his body. It was a drain, but he wouldn't listen to anybody. Everybody told him not to do it, and he went and did it. A little one did not want to listen. He died. That's some things that do happen. Okay. Every year in high school, we always lost 1 student because there was always a car accident. Because they drink at graduation, and they thought they were big enough to stay out till after 12 driving and all. Now they're finding out, yeah, well, you can't because their brains aren't completely developed yet. So things happen. I'm not saying it doesn't, but the way things are today, it's ridiculous. They said, oh, you can't have metal swings and stuff. We did. Wooden swings, chains and stuff. We played. We had the bars that we climbed on. They were metal. They said, oh no, now you gotta have plastic. You gotta have this. You gotta have that. Hang it up. You're becoming paranoid as far as I'm concerned. We survived. My son survived. People complain too much about too much, and they give their opinions. Now, I'm cooking my bacon, waiting so we can put the onions. I've got the potatoes going. I'm going to be getting them out soon. They're just about done. So the potatoes are on the back burner here in water. I don't have this on a high flame because I know me. So this is a nice salad. It's a different potato salad than you're accustomed to if you're an American, because we don't do potato salads like this. I can vouch, and I know that for a fact. These potatoes are taking longer than they should. Here is one that I think is done. That one is. I know that's not how you're supposed to take potatoes out. I remember just cooking the bacon until it's golden. So if you leave it alone, it will overcook. So make sure you stir it around, keep an eye on it. A lot of potato water. I think I'm going to make some rolls and some English muffins. I'm going to make some sourdough whole wheat. I don't know if it's going to turn out. It's an experiment. But I'm going to have to make some rolls and stuff. We just are running out. You see how the bacon's starting to turn golden? It's not overcooked. Where did I put my glasses on? Next to you. Okay, you see how the bacon is golden? Oh, I don't think you can see it. Hold on a minute. If I can get you over here. You see how it looks? It's not brown, it's golden. I'm going to add the onion into this. Now we are going to cook this together until the onions become translucent. See how the bacon is just a nice golden color? Isn't that nice? We're going to cook it just until the onions get translucent. So we're sauteing them in the bacon grease, letting them do what they have to do. And do not turn it up on a high flame, or you'll overcook it. I have a little flame. So the bacon will finish cooking with the onions in here. We'll have a nice flavor here. And because this is a hot potato salad, that's what they call it. This potato salad is served warm, basically. So it's a different way. You could have a potato salad in the winter and it's not cold. It'll have nice flavor. The only thing is that I hate to peel my potatoes. I might leave my skins on because I'm just prone to it. And by the way, I'm using Eastern potatoes because the Idaho skin is really, really strong. And I don't want it to overpower the bacon and the sour cream and stuff that we're going to be putting into this. So, because I'm thinking of leaving the skins on and just dicing them in chunks. Okay, my onions are translucent, so I'm going to turn this off and get it off the stove. Okay, we're setting me right here. Let me check my potatoes. I'm still watching them like a hawk. There's one potato done. this makes a good amount of potato salad. And if you like using potato water for bread, believe you me, the water will be good. It'll have nutrients in it. You don't have to worry. All right, let me get some stuff and I'll be right back. Okay, the reason I told you to take the onions and stuff off the flame, because remember when I did those fillets and they said pour that lemon juice into that oil, and well, I had a mess to clean up. So we're cooling it down a bit because they want us to add a half a cup of, well, first you're going to, in a measuring cup, put a half a cup of vinegar and half a cup of beef broth. Now I cooked stock with that big bowl, so this is just one of many jars I got out of it. I'm using white vinegar because it has a bland taste. It's, in other words, it doesn't have the taste of apple. It doesn't have the taste of the wine or other ones. I have a lot of vinegars in there, rice or anything. And I'm going to go ahead and pour half a cup of stock, beef stock, in here with it. Now, what I don't want is this to splatter. So we're going to see if I'm going to get all messed up or not. So this is why we took it off, just so that when you pour this in, you know, liquid and oil don't mix too well. If you make salads, you should know that, because they told you make sure it doesn't splatter. Okay, we did that. And I think they want me to put it back on the flame. Give me a minute and we'll find out. So that's why I said, you know, give me time, because I wanted to make sure you didn't have a problem. Now what do you want us to do? Okay, they want us to bring this to a boil. I'm not going to do that yet because we got some potatoes we have to chunk and get it into a bowl. Alright, so we're going to take, now look, if you want to peel your potatoes, God bless you, peel them. I'm not. But they want you to cut it not in chunks. They want you to cut it in slices. They want you to make thick slices. So in other words, it stays together. See, I'm not concerned. Most people are concerned about, oh, the peelings. I am not concerned about those peelings. Those peelings have nutrients that our hair needs if you want to keep your hair, you know. I mean, it's bad enough you put rubber in your hair and everything else, because hairspray is a derivative of rubber. So you know what it's doing to your hair. I'll show you. I'm just, oh! See, I'm just laying them in right now. Don't cut them too thin because they'll fall apart, and that's not what you want. I'm doing anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch, and some will fall apart. Oh. And other ones won't. I'm going to have to leave this potato chunky because I know that one's going to fall apart if I slice it. They're still hot. Oh, God. As you can see, this is a lot of potato salad, but it's so different from anything that we're accustomed to, which is really nice. Because people think potato salad in the summer They're saying no, you can have it all year because it's hot enough. My fingers are getting warm. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. This is one of the first ones that shouldn't be as hot as the rest. Now here are the potatoes sliced. Now we're going to bring the bacon, the onion, the vinegar and stock to a boil. Light the stove again. Don't you want salt and pepper in this? Okay. They want white pepper. They do not tell you how much, so you're going to have to judge for yourself. Starting to boil. Remember, pinch high to add the salt so you get it more level, and just add whatever you think you need for your flavor of taste. Use iodized salt. Please do not use Coke. It will mess this dish up. I already tried it. Okay. Pour this over it, just boiled. You're going to add some sour cream, about 3 tablespoons. If you wish, this is an optional dish. If you wish to put the sour cream in it or not. Okay, what you're going to do is toss this with a wooden spoon, not with a metal one, because the metal one will break it up. Wooden spoon is easier to work with. I have to get a bigger wooden spoon to do it. And what you're going to do is toss all of this, literally. Don't worry, the sour cream will also melt and get around as you toss it around. And this is the dish. We're just going to put some parsley with it. Some people say, I've never had this dish. Other people say, I know that dish. It's just, you know, it's from a different country. And this is how they do it. So this is how we do it. We do ours different. But most people just think of potato salad during the summer. But it's nice to have it during the winter done differently so you don't get accustomed to the same dish every time you turn around. Now, if you use red potatoes, you'd have the color of red. And as you see, the sour cream is mixing up with it. But the sour cream is an option that you have. Now we'll get the parsley chopped. And here it is. So listen, you take care, stay dry. Bye-bye.